Hello and welcome back to Figure Barn. Now today we're taking a look at a really eclectic trio of movies and their Funko Pop forms, each one inspired by a film that left its mark in a totally different way. We've got the twisted elegance of Saltburn, we've got the iconic sass of Mean Girls, and the martial arts legacy of Enter the Dragon. It's a mix of drama, comedy and pure cinematic power, all captured in vinyl form. So that's 3 films, 3 vibes and 1 showcase that bring them all together. Let's jump in and see how Funko captured the essence of each, starting with the most scandalous bathtub in cinema history. Are we ready to get started? Saltburn from 2023 is a darkly elegant psychological thriller written and directed by Emerald Fennell. The story follows Oliver Quick, an outsider at Oxford University, who becomes entangled in a lavish world of his charismatic classmate Felix Catton. Invited to spend summer at Felix's sprawling estate, Saltburn, Oliver's fascination spirals into obsession, exposing twisted class dynamics, manipulation and desire. The film blends gothic overtones with social satire, offering a haunting look at privilege and power. Stylish cinematography, bold performances and an unforgettable use of Sophie Ellis-Bextor's Murder on the Dance Floor made it a breakout hit with intense visual and emotional impact. So there were just 2 figures made from the Saltburn set, which sort of makes sense really, as there were 2 sort of main characters, and both were released towards the end of last year in 2024, so I've had these a while, just sort of sitting for a chance to showcase them. And the first one that we have today is Felix. Now, Felix Catton is a central character in Saltburn, portrayed by Jacob Elordi. He's the charismatic, aristocratic Oxford student who draws Oliver into his privileged world. Felix is charming, effortlessly popular and seemingly kind, but beneath the surface he's also naive to the consequences of his generosity and blind to the danger lurking in Oliver's obsession. Now, he invites Oliver to spend the summer at his family's lavish estate, Saltburn, setting off a chain of events that spiral into manipulation, betrayal and tragedy. Felix's role is pivotal. He's both the object of Oliver's desire and the symbol of everything Oliver wants to possess, so status, beauty and belonging. So Felix here is shown with the golden angel wings, worn during the lavish Midsummer Night's Dream masquerade party. Now he pairs them with a simple white tank top and the jeans there for that minimal effort, maximum impact look. Now there's also some finer detail on this prop as well. You've got the open bottle of champagne there in his hand and the 6-star tattoo design on his left hand there as well. You also have the friendship bracelets that Felix wore across both of his wrists, as well as the rather expensive looking gold watch there as well. And we can't have Felix without also having Oliver too. Now Oliver Quick is the other central character, portrayed by Barry Keoghan. At first, Oliver appears to be a shy, socially awkward scholarship student at Oxford, struggling to fit in amongst the elite. He befriends Felix and is invited to spend the summer at Felix's family estate, Saltburn. As the story unfolds, Oliver's true nature is actually revealed. He is a deeply manipulative and obsessive figure who fabricates his background to gain sympathy and access. His charm masks a calculated plan to infiltrate the Catton family, ultimately leading to a series of tragic events, including multiple deaths, that leave him as the sole inheritor of Saltburn. Now Oliver here is also in his Midsummer Night's Dream themed costume for the masquerade party. He's wearing his white suit, which is embroidered with the oak leaves and the acorns, which is really nicely done, and obviously the deer antler headpiece there as well. It's finished off with a brown belt and the dark green shoes, which just sort of add to the earthly tones of the full outfit there. Now this outfit in the movie is loaded with symbolism, which reflects Oliver as both the prey and the vulnerable outsider, and the predator or manipulative infiltrator. Even the fact that it's based on Midsummer Night's Dream plays into this, with its themes of deception, transformation and hidden identities as well. From the twisted elegance of Saltburn's country estate, we're heading somewhere just as dramatic, but with a lot more pink and a lot less murder. Next up is a film that defined a generation of high school drama. Mean Girls gave us the plastics, the burn book, and more iconic quotes than most teen movies before or since. Now Mean Girls from 2004 is a sharp, witty teen comedy that explores the brutal social dynamics of high school through the eyes of Katie Heron, a formerly homeschooled student navigating the cliques of North Shore High. Written by Tina Fey and inspired by the book Queen Bees and Wannabes, the film dives into the world of the plastics, Regina George, Gretchen Wieners and Karen Smith, whose glossy exteriors hide ruthless manipulation. As Katie infiltrates their circle, she learns the cost of popularity and the value of authenticity. Packed with iconic quotes and unforgettable moments, Mean Girls remains a cultural touchstone for millennial and Gen Z audiences. So there's been 2 waves now of Mean Girls pops, with the first set of Regina, Katie, Gretchen and Karen back in 2006. But the ones that we'll be looking at today are the newer wave from last year, plus an additional special edition that came out earlier this year as well. And first up we have our main protagonist, Katie. A sweet, smart teenager raised in Africa by zoologist parents, Katie enters the chaotic world of American high school with little understanding of its social rules. Initially befriended by outsiders Janice and Damien, she's soon drawn into the glamorous yet toxic clique known as the Plastics, led by Regina George. As Katie navigates popularity, betrayal and revenge, she loses herself in the superficial world she once observed like a scientist. So this is from the scene of Katie winning the Spring Fling Queen. She steps onto the stage not as a triumphant plastic, but as a humbled and self-aware teen. Now holding the glittering tiara that she's wearing there, she delivers a heartfelt speech about how popularity is fleeting and superficial before breaking the crown into pieces and sharing it with all her classmates. Now the tiara here has a metallic finish to it, as you can see there, and the medal is also just visible around her neck, with the tri-coloured ribbon over the top of the oversized dark blue and yellow varsity jacket with the big North Shore badge on there. Underneath you can just see the navy polo shirt as well, and down to the khaki trousers and the Converse style trainers just down there. Now, as a fun little fact, Lindsay Lohan, who played Katie, originally wanted to play Regina. Similarly, Rachel McAdams, who played Regina, first auditioned to play Katie. Next up we have the edgy outcast, Janice. Now Janice, played by Lizzie Kaplan, is a social outcast at North Shore High who teams up with Damien and new student Katie to try and take down the Plastics, specifically Regina George, her former best friend. Now their fallout stems from Regina spreading rumours that Janice was a lesbian, leading to Janice's transformation into a rebellious, punk-inspired outsider. Now this is also from the scenes during the Spring Fling, where Janice ditches her usual grunge aesthetic and arrives at the dance in this bold, coordinated purple outfit alongside Damien. And as you can see, she's wearing the purple blazer and the matching purple trousers there. Under that, you can see the ruffled white shirt as well, and it's all finished off with this darker purple polka dot bow tie and the purple trainers down there with the red laces. Her hair is very neatly styled with a side parting there, but if we turn the box we can just see that it's got a nice little touch with the kiss curl that's just coming down there in front of her ear as well. Now the outfit marks a moment of playful rebellion and self-expression, which shows that Janice can embrace formal wear on her own terms without conforming to the plastic standards. It's become a fan favourite cosplay look, often recreated for Halloween and other themed events as well. Following on, we have Janice's best friend, Damien. Now Damien Lee, also known as Damien Hubbard in the musical adaptation, is one of the most beloved characters from Mean Girls. Originally portrayed by Daniel Franzese in the movie, he's Janice's loyal best friend and a fan favourite for his sass, his humour and his iconic one-liners. Damien was one of the first openly gay characters in a mainstream teen comedy that wasn't reduced to just a stereotype. His confidence and humour made him a role model for many LGBTQ+ viewers. Daniel Franzese later came out publicly and has spoken about how the role helped others and himself to embrace their identity. Now the hoodie Damien is wearing here is from one of the most iconic moments and takes place during the Spring Fling assembly, where students are encouraged to share their feelings. Damien, wearing this lavender hoodie and oversized sunglasses, stands up and dramatically declares,
"She doesn't even go here!"
Do you even go to this school?
No.
Now the hood here has been done up ridiculously tight, and as Funko have tried to imitate this with the way that the rim is sort of bunched around his head, with the dark glasses almost covering the rest of the face here as well. This is obviously the main feature here, with the rest just being a sort of casual pair of jeans and finished off with a pair of Adidas trainers there at the bottom as well. And now we move on to 2 pops of our antagonist, Regina George. Now, portrayed by Rachel McAdams, and as the self-appointed Queen Bee of North Shore High, she leads the Plastics, a trio of ultra-popular girls known for their beauty, their manipulation, and strict social rules. Regina is cunning, charismatic, and ruthlessly strategic, using charm and intimidation to maintain her status. Her character is both, hilarious and also a little terrifying, to be honest. Now, despite her cruelty, Regina's downfall and eventual redemption, after being hit by a bus and joining the lacrosse team, adds a bit of depth to her role. She remains a cultural icon, often referenced in memes, fashion, and even political satire. During the 2016 United States presidential election, Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton even compared Republican candidate Donald Trump to Regina in an advertisement campaign. Now, this pop shows Regina in a bunny costume, which she wears to the Halloween party scene, famously saying,
I'm a mouse. Duh.
While dressed in a sultry bunny outfit that breaks the traditional costume rules. So she's wearing a white sequined halter bodysuit here with black bottoms and the fuzzy white tail there as well. Now, there's some finer detail as well with the fluffy white wrist and boot cuffs and the blonde hair that's sort of coming down almost like a curtain around her face there. Now, all this is finished off as well with the obvious headband there with the large posable bunny ears, perfectly mixing the sass with the satire. Now, more recently, Rachel McAdams has entered the Marvel Universe as Dr. Christine Palmer in both Doctor Strange in 2016 and the follow-up Multiverse of Madness in 2022. And to round off our Mean Girls set, we have Regina again with a speech bubble here. Now, the line,
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
is one of the most iconic quotes from Mean Girls. It's delivered with the perfect sass as she pulls up in a silver convertible to pick up Katie Heron, asserting her Queen Bee status with zero subtlety, as always. So as you can see, this is a Diamond Collection pop by the sticker here, so it has that extra sparkle, and it has the speech bubble with the shopping quote in there at the top. I think in the US this was an Entertainment Earth exclusive. Now, there is another speech bubble variant on the same number that features the quote, "Stop trying to make fetch happen, it's not going to happen," but I haven't picked up that one yet. The shopping outfit has been perfectly brought together here with the "a little bit dramatic" slogan written in pink on the white shirt, paired with a leather mini skirt and the pink cardigan there. There's also a lot of smaller detail as well. She's got a matching pink bag there with the flowers on it and the darker pink flip phone in her hand as well. You also have the necklace, if you can just see there, it's got the tiny little R for Regina, and the black flip-flops on her feet that she wears during the trip to the mall. So, from the high school hallways of North Shore to the fierce battlegrounds of martial arts cinema, we're trading pink for power. Next up is a true legend, Bruce Lee in his most iconic role from Enter the Dragon. Now, Enter the Dragon from 1973 cemented Bruce Lee as a global icon, blending martial arts mastery with cinematic charisma. As Lee's final completed film before his untimely death, it showcased his philosophy, his precision, and screen presence like never before. The story follows Lee infiltrating a deadly tournament to expose a crime lord. But it's more than just action, it's an absolute cultural milestone. With its fusion of Eastern martial arts and Western filmmaking, Enter the Dragon broke barriers and inspired generations. Bruce Lee's legacy lives on not just in the combat, but in the confidence, the discipline, and the belief that one man could truly change the world. So for Enter the Dragon, there were 3 pop variants released, originally back in 2015, and we have 2 of them today, starting off with the regular one here. Now, as you can see, this is from the scene where Lee is scratched multiple times by the villain Han, who wears a claw-like prosthetic hand. Lee then tastes his own blood after being scratched, which is a gesture that signals that things are about to get serious. Now, as well as the scratches on his face and chest, he has his hands up in this sort of fighting pose there, and with the hand sculpts he even has his little finger sort of poking out there, which is very similar to Bruce's standard stance. Now, the other key thing to note on this one is that he's wearing his white trousers on this one. Now, one of the 3 variants is a Bait exclusive where he's actually wearing black trousers, and that's the one of the 3 that we haven't picked up yet. I am on the lookout for that one. But the other one that I was able to get is this one here, which is the fully gold version. So this was another bait exclusive and one that I did pick up from Whatnot. Now as you can see, it's the exact same sculpt as the one that we have just seen, but it's in this rather nice gold, making it almost look like a statue of Bruce there. Now Funko did go through a phase of producing a lot of chrome figures, and there was a whole wave of Marvel Pops which had this very shiny sort of gold finish, but I do really prefer this one with it being more of a matte, almost a brushed metal look rather than being too shiny. Now looking at the back of the box, you can see that as well as this one, there were two others, which are both from Game of Death, where he's wearing his iconic yellow suit with the black stripe down one side. Now, I don't have these two yet, but I also believe that there is a gold version of the one where he's standing here, and two even rarer San Francisco Giant variants of the one where he's kicking down here. I'll put them up on screen. And that just about wraps up today's look at three very different worlds, from Bruce Lee's Flying Fists to Regina George's Burn Book and Saltburn's Twisted Charm. These Funko Pops prove that cinema's wildest characters look even better in vinyl. So if you enjoyed this showcase of martial arts, Mean Girls and Mansion Madness, why not give it a thumbs up? Drop a comment with your favourite movie moment or a pop you wish they'd make next. Don't forget to subscribe for more Funko hunts, reviews and movie showcases just like this. But until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, there's always another story to tell. We'll catch you in the next one.